Have you ever wondered what really happens when you grow old and find yourself completely alone? Not just a quiet afternoon to yourself, but waking up every day to silence, eating meals alone, going to bed without having spoken a single word all day. It's something many people don't think about until it's already happening. And by then, it can feel overwhelming. But here's the truth. Living alone in your later years doesn't have to mean living lonely. In fact, there are real research-backed habits that can help you stay mentally strong, emotionally balanced, and physically well, even if no one else is around. In this video, we'll explore 4 powerful strategies every older adult should know when living alone. These aren't just surface-level tips. They're grounded in experience and supported by psychology. They're simple, practical, and they work. So whether you're already living solo or you think you might someday, this video will help you make that chapter not just manageable, but meaningful. Because no matter your age or who's beside you, you still deserve peace, purpose, and dignity. And be sure to stay with us until the very end. The final tip might just change how you see solitude in your life. Let's begin. 1. Create a steady daily routine. One of the first things that can unravel when you're on your own is your sense of time. Without people dropping by, without work or appointments, the days can blur. You might start eating breakfast at noon, staying in pajamas all day, or losing track of the date. It may seem harmless, but over time, this kind of drift erodes your clarity, focus, and even your emotional stability. That's why creating a steady daily routine is so important. Not a rigid schedule, just a simple rhythm, something that gives your day a clear beginning, middle, and end. Wake up at a set hour. Get dressed even if no one will see you. Make a real breakfast. Go for a short walk. Read. Tidy up. Have dinner at the same time each evening. Dim the lights before bed. This isn't about staying busy. It's about giving your body and brain something to count on. Psychologists tell us we're wired for rhythm, and as we age, rhythm helps us stay grounded. It reduces anxiety, improves sleep, supports digestion, and helps preserve memory. Take Walter, for example. After his wife passed, he lost all sense of time. Days turned to fog. But once he began waking up and opening the curtains at the same time each day, things began to shift. He added short walks, tea in the evening. Those anchors gave his days shape and brought him peace. Your routine doesn't have to be big or exciting. It just has to be yours. Because even when you're alone, structure gives you stability, and that creates a quiet kind of strength. 2. Move gently every day. One of the hardest parts of growing old alone is how still life can become. You wake up, sit in a chair, maybe walk to the kitchen, then sit again. Days pass with barely a stretch, and slowly your body begins to tighten. Your joints ache. Even standing up feels harder than it used to. But here's the good news. You don't need a gym or fancy gear to stay active. You just need to keep moving, consistently and gently. Walk to the mailbox, stretch your arms while the kettle boils. Stand and sit 10 times in a row from your chair. These small acts tell your body, I still need you. Movement keeps your muscles working, your bones strong, and your brain sharp. Research shows that light daily activity lowers depression, boosts sleep, and can even delay cognitive decline. Take Eleanor, 78, for example. After losing her husband, she barely left the house. Her knees ached. She felt tired all the time. Then one morning she walked to her mailbox. The next day she did it again. Eventually she was walking the block. It didn't solve everything, but it gave her energy and pride in her body. Gentle movement also connects you to the outside world. A short walk might mean seeing a neighbor, hearing the birds, or feeling the sun. Those moments matter. They remind you you're still part of something bigger. Move because your body deserves it, because you're still here, and that matters. If you're finding this helpful, comment number 2 below. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a new video. 3. Build connection in small, steady ways. When you live alone, silence becomes part of the background. Some days it's peaceful. Other days it feels heavy, like a weight on your chest. You might go days without hearing your own name spoken. But staying connected doesn't mean having a big social circle. It doesn't mean parties or constant company. It simply means making sure you're still in touch. A 5-minute phone call, a wave and chat with a neighbor, a warm exchange with a cashier. These brief moments of connection hold more weight than we often realize. Studies show that older adults who maintain even light social contact have stronger immune systems, better emotional health, and lower risk of dementia. Richard, 83, lives alone. After his sons moved away, he went days without conversation. Then he left a note offering to bring in a neighbor's mail. That small gesture led to coffee chats each Saturday. Nothing dramatic, but enough to lift his week. Connection doesn't have to be big, it just has to be real. And sometimes purpose and connection come together. Volunteer, mentor, listen, share your wisdom, because your presence still matters, and your story still has power. So reach out, say hello, write that letter. One small moment of connection can be the bridge between loneliness and belonging. 4. Find a personal purpose. There's a quiet danger in aging that rarely gets named: losing your sense of purpose. When work stops, the house goes quiet, and people stop needing you, it can feel like your life's meaning is behind you. But that feeling, it's not true. Purpose doesn't end. It just changes shape. And when you live alone, rediscovering that purpose might be the most important thing you do. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to matter to you. Write letters, grow tomatoes, journal, paint, read, record your memories. Call someone just to check in. Samuel, 79, found an old typewriter in his garage. He started typing out his memories, his Navy days, how he met his wife, not for an audience, just for himself. And in doing so, his home no longer felt empty. It felt full of meaning. Having a purpose is linked to better mental health, lower stress, and even longer life. Why? Because the spirit needs a reason to rise each day. This time in your life, this solitude, it gives you space. Space to do what you want, not what others expect. Maybe it's time to try something you've always been curious about. Maybe now is your moment, because your life may be quiet on the outside, but it doesn't have to be quiet within. So ask yourself, what's one thing I can build, grow, write, or care for, just for me? Because when solitude has purpose, it becomes strength. If this spoke to you, comment number 4 below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you stay connected with us. Final thoughts. Living alone in later life is one of the most profound shifts a person can go through. The world gets quieter. Your days slow down. But this season can also be deeply meaningful if you know how to care for your time, your health, and your spirit. So if today's video resonated with you, know this: you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not powerless. Build a steady routine. Move your body, gently but often. Stay connected, even in small ways. And find a purpose that gives your days meaning. These are not just nice ideas, they're tools. And they can help you feel full again, even if no one else is at the table. So which of these stood out most to you? Which one are you already doing, and which one will you try tomorrow? Let us know in the comments. Your voice matters, and we read every word. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Your support helps us keep creating content that uplifts, informs, and inspires. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.